Thank you very much. My name is Emanuele Temi. I'm technical sales engineer in Nozomi Networks, and I'm covering among different countries also this one. So first of all, thank you to Smartcom for inviting me for the second time. So they are still continuing inviting me. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. And moreover, we have finally the opportunity to meet in person. That is always a good thing. So first of all, what is Nozomi Network, who we are, how are we organized? So we have different headquarters. The main one and the historical one is in Mendrisio, Switzerland, where all the development is performed and is done. We have another headquarter based in San Francisco where we have all the management. And what you see here in blue are all the other offices where we are currently working in order to be as close as possible to our customers using and through our partners. So we have lots of different installations and lots of different devices currently protected, and this was just to give you an overview of the company. We tend to be quite busy, and these are the things that we developed since our beginning. So we started in 2013 when OT security wasn't fancy, and we started working and implementing machine learning and all the things that are currently at the core of our products. So I don't want to enter into the details of all of them, but just to mention that one of the latest things that we released is Vantage, that is our SaaS solution, the first in our type of market that is able to collect and to provide scalability features to all of our installations. So what are our strengths? First of all, as you already saw also from the first slide, we have already a big installation base. So we have been tested in real deployment scenarios, and we already have very big customers. The other good thing is that deploying our solution is extremely fast and extremely easy. First of all, because we are passive by default, we are not in line, so even in case of issues, we are not going to impact the monitor network, and we have different options in order to meet all the different customer requirements. So cloud, without cloud, physical, on-premise, based on containers, and we can tailor together the best architecture our customers may need. We are always on by default, so this simplifies on one side the deployment, but on the other side, that means we don't have any blind spot in terms of protocols. So customers do not need to select what are the protocols to be monitored, and from one side, this means it is easy to install our solution, and on the other side, we are able to monitor everything and all the supported protocols. This is important because we don't want to have blind spots. And then we are a full stack solution. So we take care of the hardware, obviously, if you are considering our hardware appliances. We take care of the operating system, and we take care of the application. So the goal of all the technology is to simplify as much as possible the use of our technology. So you don't need to waste time and to scratch your head wondering yourself, am I using the right version of the operating system? Will this be compatible with the application? Maybe yes, maybe not. We are taking care of everything. So when we deliver an update package, we are going to take care of the operating system, of the application, and we are guaranteed that everything is compatible and is going to work. So having said that, what is our goal and what are the pain points we are trying to solve to our customer? These are just two examples, but the first one is pretty typical even today, and it is how can I have a better understanding, a better visibility of my OT network. In other words, I want to create an asset inventory, and I want to do it as quickly as possible without wasting maybe 2 months asking to people how the network has been designed. That is exactly the normal approach. So go to people, ask questions, try to have a look at network schemes in order to understand how the network has been developed, but this is usually a kind of nightmare. So the advanced approach is to have a system that is doing that for you automatically and passively in order to give you an asset inventory, defining and able to classify the devices if they are a PLC or a computer or a switch, what is their firmware version, what is the connectivity they have, and what is the communication flow available into the network. So this is, I would say, from one perspective, pretty basic, but this is the beginning. If we want to take care of OT networks, we need to know what is currently happening and what are the actors that are active into our monitored environment. The second approach is how can I keep my asset inventory up to date? Because obviously OT networks have a very long life typically, so I can potentially find devices that have been installed maybe 10 years ago and they are still there, and together with devices much more advanced from a technology perspective installed maybe 6 months ago. And I want to keep my asset inventory up to date. So the standard and the passive approach again is to collect information, to analyze manually the configurations, to do maybe, if you are allowed, some scans on your network. On the other side, what we are proposing is have a solution that is obviously always the same, and that is our solution, to keep track of everything in order to monitor what are the versions, but also what are the changes into our networks. So this is important because maybe if we are taking care of vulnerabilities, maybe there's a new firmware version on device XYZ that is fixing some vulnerabilities that we found in a previous analysis. So this is the present, I would say, and the past of Nozomi Networks. This is how our solution is currently used and implemented. So we provide visibility onto OT networks. We allow customers to monitor efficiently their own networks, and we are observing also the market and our own environment changing due to some market forces that are currently appearing. So these are the market forces we are observing. So the digital transformation, the Industry 4.0, the let's connect everything, let's do everything smart, and also the 5G. So that means also for the OT environment that lots of different hosts are going to be connected together. The surface, the attack surface is going to increase, and the connectivity is increasing as well. So this is bringing some opportunity, but also some risks that need to be addressed, because obviously if we have more connectivity, it means that we have also potentially more risks. Because obviously, as I said before, we are increasing the attack surface. As we saw also during the morning, the security staff are usually never big enough, so the same people need to take care potentially of an increased number of devices. We have a legacy infrastructure, so we need to take care of new devices and old devices, and for most of the time we don't have complete and exact information on how these devices are currently working. But on the other side, if we connect things together, that means we have more data, and that means we have more opportunities also to use this data in an efficient way. So that's actually the possibility. This allows us to lower the cost of our own operation in terms of end user perspective. We can do automation, so we can save time, and we can be more agile in terms of business. And obviously, if we have lots of data, we can use artificial intelligence to process this big amount of data. So this is the environment we are going to see in the future, and why Nozomi is still a useful solution for that. Our customers are choosing Nozomi Networks for these three main reasons that are accuracy, actionable intelligence, and scalability. So our solution is accurate on the OT environment, and it is today accurate also into IoT environment and Internet of Medical Things as well. So if we think to building automation system, building management systems, hospitals where different devices are connected together, they are a kind of OT network. Maybe not extreme in terms of controls, but still we have devices that are communicating together. So the same technology and the same use cases can be solved by our technology. And we are able to provide very accurate asset inventory and very accurate visibility onto the network. And this is important also to enable users to rapid detection and to estimate also passively the vulnerabilities that may be available and may be present inside the network. So again, the accuracy is the first important thing to be delivered by a solution like that. Then we provide actionable intelligence. That means we don't provide only big lists of asset inventory, vulnerabilities, reports like, okay, you have in your network 1 million of vulnerabilities. Okay, thank you very much, but how can I actually use this type of information? It is useful if you need to go to your boss and say, hey, I did my homework, this is the list of the vulnerabilities of my network, but then how can I use and process that? We need to provide to our customers actually useful information and actionable information. So let's start with our list of 1 million of vulnerabilities, but these are the best options we can do in order to reduce, for example, the risk that we observed into our system. So we start from the information and we move to be actionable and to deliver value to our users. So we simplify, and this can be done with Vantage, for example, that is our SaaS solution. We simplified root cause analysis, and we provide also playbooks that helps SOC analysts, for example, to handle specific incident. So we are able to raise alert. This is a dangerous communication observed over the network, but again, okay, so what? And then we can apply a playbook telling, dear SOC analyst, these are the actions you are supposed to take in order to mitigate or to solve this specific problem. And obviously, we can prioritize alerts in order to customize alerts according to the environment and according to the policies that need to be observed. So these are actually some of our biggest installation and the vertical markets where we are working on it. So as you can see, we started from the, let me say, heavy industrial environment, so oil and gas, mining, pharmaceuticals, utilities, but the same technology is applied and can be applied successfully as well in other vertical markets, such as manufacturing, such as building automation. We already have installations in big commercial malls, for example, or into airports. So the same technology is ready today for OT environments and for IoT environments. So having said that, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the possibility of being here. And I don't know if you have questions.